This is The Top, where I interview entrepreneurs who are number one or number two in their industry in terms of revenue or customer base. You'll learn how much revenue they're making, what their marketing funnel looks like, and how many customers they have.
I'm now at $20,000 per talk.
5 and 6 million.
He is hell-bent on global domination. We just broke our 100,000 unit sold mark.
And I'm your host, Nathan Latka.
Okay, Top Tribe, this week's winner of the $100 is Rhett Gillens. He is a restaurant industry. He's in the restaurant industry and he feels stuck. He wants to start his own software business. So congratulations, Rhett, for your guys' chance to win $100 every Monday morning. Simply subscribe to the podcast on iTunes now in order to enter, and then text the word Nathan to 33444 to prove that you subscribed. All right, guys, I talked about this earlier, but I schedule like so many meetings that would blow your mind. I mean, all my podcast interviews, right? Hundreds of entrepreneurs I talk to monthly. I schedule, and you know what? I do it so efficiently. I get them all to agree to my calendar, so all the calls are back to back to back. That means I'm not switching in between tasks all day long. I get them to batch so that I can be very efficient. It's so critical. And I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling to do this at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It eliminates the back and forth between me and people I'm trying to meet with. It makes it very simple. And most importantly, they help me keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders. Helps you look very professional. So go to nathanlatka.com/schedule to sign up. And you get a great deal. You know, you guys know this. I hit people hard. I make great deals. And Gavin, the CEO, has given us a great deal. If you sign up like normal people, okay, on their website, you only get a 14-day free trial. If you use my link, nathanlatka.com/schedule, you get 45 days free. Okay? It's the best. It's free. Go to nathanlatka.com/schedule right now to sign up, and I'll see you there. Nathan Latka here. This is episode 588, and coming up tomorrow morning, you'll hear from the CEO of Heptio, which breaks down why growing Kubernetes adoption with $8.5 million raised from Excel Venture Capital is so important. Now, if you don't know what Kubernetes is, you want to tune in tomorrow and learn from Craig. Good morning, folks. Nathan Latka here. Our guest today is Aner Ravon, and he is the co-founder and chief product officer of his new company called Zirra. Now, Zirra's mission is to solve the education and entry pain of the retail investor when it comes to equity investments. Before this company, he spent his time at Celtic as VP of Media and head of the business unit. Aner, are you ready to take us to the top?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. So tell us, what does Zirra do and how do you generate revenue?
Okay, so we basically step into the void of between data and actual analysis of companies. We see that retail investors, or even not just retail investors, people who are looking to invest on behalf of venture capital firms or private equity firms, there's a big void between the data collection and the footwork and the actual decision making about the company, whether the company is worth investing in, and if so, under what conditions. And we're trying to automate that process and make this process much easier for them so they can focus on their investment decisions and not on data collection and footwork.
And so give us an example of like I'm on the site right now. And by the way, Aner, make sure your microphone is not brushing up against your clothes, just so we can make sure we have good audio quality.
Okay, sure.
So how do you make money? Is it a software platform or pay as you go or what?
It's a service. We have a few options. One is a la carte. It's pay as you go. You can order. We have two main products which we offer. One is what we call a spotlight report, which is a screening report or an investment brief. We typically charge $49 for it, but we also package it with subscriptions. And then for the more, I would say, for corporate investors or more structured customers, we also offer value packages which are monthly subscription based.
Okay, got it. And what do people, so we don't have to go into each individual monthly subscription plan. The people who are paying you monthly, what are they on average paying you per month?
Angels pay us $99 per month, and they get up to 3 free reports, plus discounts on our value-added services. Private equity firms pay us anywhere between $4.99 and $12.99, depending on the depth of service that they need to receive, and they get either 10 reports, all the way from 10 reports a month to unlimited usage.
Okay. Again, if we just take a quick before we go back to your story and how you launched this, if we just take a quick average across your entire customer base who's paying monthly, what is the average customer paying?
About $700, $800 a month.
Okay, got it. Great. And then take us back historically. So when did you launch the business?
So we started the company 3 years ago. We officially launched our service.
So that would have been 2014, correct?
Yes, August 2014, to be honest, less than 3 years. It feels like 30 by now, but it's but it's only 2.5 years. We launched our service in alpha mode August last year, August of 2015, not 2016. So that's a year and a half ago. And we started monetizing it 6 months later. We first offered it for free, and we started monetizing it in November 2015.
How did you know when to stop giving it away for free and start monetizing?
It's a funny story. We didn't know, and there was actually Moshit, my partner, and I were sitting one day and we were arguing. She was going, let's shut the free service down and start charging money, and let's see how much money we can actually make.
How many free users did you have when at that time of the argument?
We had about 150 users, and we have covered by then about 4,000 companies. For these 150 customers, some of these customers are actually very large private equity firms who've been using us pretty heavily.
Name one or two of them just to paint a clear picture.
Okay, so we have Silver Lake, a couple of banks in Israel. We started in Israel. We just made the first inroads to the US market, I guess 6 months ago. Microsoft was using us pretty heavily, but for free. And I was kind of scared about forcing them to become a customer, definitely with that kind of corporate. And we just sat there one morning and said, you know what, we're not going to know if we don't do this. And we just blocked free usage to the service. And we were happy to see that most of the customers, almost like 85% of the customers, went from free to paid services. They may not use it as heavily as before. They may pick the company they're actually interested in. But we saw a very good conversion from free to premium, which for us was a very good indication to the quality of the product.
So that day, you said you blocked the site to free users. What did you do? Just put up a paywall that says pick a plan to see this report?
Yeah, absolutely. Before that, we managed the free usage with coupons that we distributed. So we never said the service was going to be open forever. We basically said, hey, we're going to charge at some point. Here are some free coupons for now, or free credits that you can use. And we didn't take away those credits, but we stopped renewing them.
Got it.
So when our customers exhausted their credits, they got to a paywall, and we basically put out there like a nice message saying, hey, we also got to eat. So from now on, it's gonna cost you some money.
And what did you say? Pay $49 now to get another report or to get 100 credits? What was that first paywall? What did it say?
So we started with pay $49 now to get a single report or buy 10 reports at a bulk, and we offered it for a discount. We offered it for $2.99. And then a couple of weeks later, we saw that we were converting some of those 10 report vouchers, but it made more sense for us to start offering a monthly subscription instead, and that's how it stands right now.
So of your current revenue, fast forward to first quarter 2017. What percentage of your revenue is coming from monthly plans versus people buying one-off $49 reports?
It's almost 50-50.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's almost 50-50. And we actually had a development which I didn't really quite anticipate, but we have quite a few habitual or regular users who are not officially monthly subscribers, but are de facto monthly subscribers because they order single reports in a rate that is comparable to a monthly subscription.
That's right. Yeah. So if you just look at the ones who are committed to paying a monthly subscription, how many customers are paying that currently?
15.
About 15. Okay. And how many would you say fall in your habitual category? They come back almost every month.
Actually, about 40 to 50 of these are habitual users who sort of structure their own subscription by being habitual.
Okay. And what is go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so if you add all this up, right, can you give us a range? I mean, what are you guys doing in terms of monthly revenue to date if you add up all your revenue streams?
Yeah, so we crossed the $50,000 MRR.
1.5 or 5.0?
5.0.
Okay, so help me understand. I'm doing something wrong here math-wise. So if you have 15 customers on the monthly plans and they pay on average $700 a month, that comes to just $10,000, $500, per month. Where's the rest of the revenue coming from?
Right, and then add a similar amount, more or less, of not official subscribers but habitual subscribers, who add up about $10,000 to $15,000 a month, and the rest are just one-time use.
Okay, got it. Got it. And the one-time use, how many of those do you have per month?
Okay, so the
like
one-time
hundreds?
use. Yeah, we have about 150 per month, but there's another product which all three customers convert to, and that is the deep report, which we sell for anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000.
Okay, where is that? Where can I see a sample of that somewhere on your website?
Yeah, absolutely. It's on our website.
Where do I go? I'm on it right now.
Hold on.
Is it the due diligence report?
Yes, it's a due diligence report.
Okay, got it. So competition, market segment, expert reviews, patents, technology, open questions. You ask people to put in their company, first, last, email, organizational role, and phone number. Contact me for a quote. So they contact you, and then you sell them a $1,000 report.
Yes, and then we send them a $1,000 report. And the other conversion funnel, which is much more effective, is that when you order a screening report, when you order a spotlight report, when we send you this report, we offer you to buy a due diligence report if you're making progress with that company. And some of these customers that bought a single report are going to move to the next step in their deal flow process and purchase a due diligence report.
I see. Hey, congratulations on the growth. This is very cool.
Thank you.
Talk to me in terms of team size today. What are you guys at?
We're 15 people.
Okay.
We have a dev team of 6. Plus a head of R&D, so that's 7 altogether. We have a desk of 4, what we call content sort of researchers. They're not typical analysts. None of them has any financial education, but they curate the result. Every report that is sent out is a result of our technology, which gets all the information, runs it through the business engine, and puts it on a template which is digestible and easy to understand. But it's then proofread and curated for sake of quality. We basically believe that the moment you order something which has the word report in it, you expect that to be curated or proofread and quality controlled. So that's the team. That's what the team is doing. We have another content writer, and then it's my partner and me.
Okay, got it. And where are you guys based?
We are based in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Okay, and
go
ahead.
Yeah.
Tel Aviv.
We're based in Tel Aviv.
Are you guys bootstrapped or have you raised capital?
We raised capital. We raised close to $3 million to date. Mostly angel investors. We have a group of ex-Microsoft executives who's led their angel round. And then we have AOL, Verizon Ventures, joined that round as well. So they're a VC that invested in us as well. And we have since our customers are almost, all of them are investors. We have a very good opportunity to encounter new investors who could be interested in investing in the company without going on an official round and trying to scout them proactively ourselves.
That's right. That makes total sense. Now, if you take back in terms of kind of revenue history, do you remember the total revenue you did in 2015?
We did very little revenue in 2015. We just launched the service. I think it was $12,000 or $15,000.
Okay. And then fast forward that to 2016. What did you guys break in 2016?
450.
400. Okay. And what's your goal for What's your goal for this year?
A few millions. Well, we want to be at a pace. We want to be at a 5 million pace, at least by the end. So by the growth rate that we do, we are negotiating a few strategic distribution deals, who hopefully will triple and quadruple the incoming deal flow that we see. So if we are at 50 now, we want to be at 500,000 by the end of the year.
How many
per month?
How many companies are in your system to date?
About 100,000 companies are well covered.
Okay. Define well covered.
Well covered mean that if you order a report right now, the report is ready.
Okay.
We always go through the curation process, like I mentioned, just to make sure that nothing dramatic, developed between the last time this report was ordered and your current order. So that's why you don't get it immediately. That's why we guarantee up to 1 business day, but normally we deliver the report within a few hours. So these 100,000 companies, which are mostly technology, US, UK, Israel, and Australia based, these companies are pretty well covered. When we get a request from a company who comes from a non-English speaking country, it may take us some a few more hours to make sure that the information is good enough.
Yep. Okay, that makes good sense. And how are you? Talk to me about the engine you're using to kind of get these companies. Is it manual, or are you buying access to like Clearbit and Full Contact and some other things? How's the system, the engine work?
So it's a combination. It's a combination of a few sources. Right now we have about 85 different sources that we tap into. Some of them are the most naive ones, the directories, the websites themselves, the U.S. Patent Office, job hunting directories and sites. We do a lot of NLP work on the articles. We go ahead and crawl the articles that the company being reviewed was mentioned in, and from those articles we are able to extrapolate positive sentiments, negative sentiments, competitors, and lots of other stuff. So all of these sources are run through our business engine. The business engine has a comparable function. So we actually calculate valuations and chances of exit, etc., by comparing the company to the comparable companies that our engine found. And we have a business rule engine which flags possible risks and possible opportunities for the company based on the information that we found. I'll give you just a couple of very quick examples. Sure. If we see that a company has been hiring employees or is on a hiring spree lately, we flag that as something which the investor should note. If we see that a particular company has 20% more core engineers than its closest competitors, we flag it as an advantage that the company has from an engineering perspective, and so forth and so forth. We have about 300 different rules in our system right now, which we programmed into this data analysis process.
Very cool. Well, hey, this sounds like an amazing system that you guys are building. What's your goal with this? I mean, you want to build it and sell it? Are you raising your next round right now? What are you thinking?
We want to be in a position. Our ambition is pretty. It's pretty big. We want to be the place where, whenever you think about analyzing a company, you would come to Zirra. You won't start with Google or with Crunchbase or with the like. You would go to Zirra and start your journey there. Obviously, it's going to be very difficult to reach this ambition by ourselves. So at a certain point, I think we will become attractive to one of the leading players in that in the space that we operate in. Current leaders in this space, I guess, would be the Bloombergs and the Reuters and those type of players who need to cover hundreds of thousands or millions of companies very, very effectively and do not have good inroads to these sources of data that I just mentioned. But for now, we're a small size team. We're not. I don't see us becoming a 200 employee company. We definitely want to be substantiated or constituted on technology. So I do see us becoming profitable by the end of the year.
What data do you guys have that Mattermark, PitchBook, CB Insights, these other companies that they don't have?
So I have, tons of respect for those. I think PitchBook and CB Insights are great services, really, truly great services. I think where we differ is with our ability to actually storify the data and take a company, and instead of just presenting you
it.
Yes, instead of just putting a dashboard, we're going to give you the company story. You're going to feel, when you get a report from us, you're going to feel like you know the company, not like you have data and now you need to get to know the company, but that you know it already. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to step into your conclusions or to understand what are the key questions that you need to have answered so that your interest in the company will be fulfilled.
Guys, I get asked all the time, Nathan, you host all these interviews, hundreds of them per month. How do you do them efficiently? And guys, the answer is simple. People always agree to my calendar, back-to-back meetings. I batch my interviews to stay very efficient. And the way that I do it is I use a tool called Acuity Scheduling at nathanlatka.com/schedule. And the reason I use them is very simple. They keep my no-show rate very low because they send out reminders about when the interview or the meeting is coming up. And also, they make it very easy to schedule time, right? I don't have to go back and forth via email 10,000 times with people I'm trying to meet with. Okay, at nathanlatka.com/schedule. It helps me so much. And by the way, look, I have so many meetings. I'm the best at meetings. Okay, I do them back to back, very, very efficient. You guys know me. Many people say I'm the most efficient they've ever seen. Okay, so I use the tool. It's so efficient. And by the way, I got Gavin. I said, Gavin, he's the CEO. I said, I want a great deal for my people. He said, Nathan, well, most people get a 14-day trial. Isn't that great? I said, no. He's given us a 45-day free trial at nathanlatka.com/schedule. That's not going to stay up forever, so go get it now. nathanlatka.com/schedule. Awesome. And here, let's wrap up with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
The Tipping Point.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Right now, no, honestly, no. I mean, I get inspired by so many. So I'd like to say that my true inspiration growing up was Steve Jobs. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but it still is.
Number 3, is there a favorite online tool you have, like HostGator?
Favorite online tool?
Yep.
I like Ask Wonder. And I recommend that people use that.
Ask Wonder?
Yes, it's a great personal assistance tool. It's also sort of resembling the way that we act, and I recommend that the users try it themselves.
Number 4, yes or no? Do you get 8 hours of sleep every night?
No, I wish. No, I'm happy with 6.
Number 5, or actually, before I do that, what's your situation? Are you married, single? Do you have kids?
Married with 2 kids, 12 and 9.
Oh, very good. Okay, so 2 kids. And how old are you?
I'm 45.
All right, so last question, Aner. Take us back 25 years. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Not to worry so much. I mean, you can just, when I was 20, I was really worried about where I'm going to end up in life and how am I going to make all ends meet and how I'm going to be economically independent and find the women I love and set up the right family. And I just wish that I knew at that point that I just shouldn't worry so much and just concentrate on life.
Top Tribe. There you have it from Aner. He's the founder of Zirra. Don't worry so much. Again, they've just passed around $50,000 in monthly revenue, serving hundreds of customers with their business intelligence reports. They raised $3 million at about 12 grand in 2015, 450 grand in 2016. Want to break $1 million and get into the millions here in 2017. Again, with their team of 15 based out in Tel Aviv. Aner, thank you for taking us to the top.
Thank you so much.
If you enjoyed Aner today, go back and listen to Martin yesterday, who runs Review, which has raised $350,000, helping 1,000 customers send personal newsletters. Very interesting new concept you might be able to use. Top Tribe, I love giving away free money. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, and I have something special for you today. How many of you have heard our super sharp guests talk about success they've had with Facebook and Google Ads? Well, all of you listening right now, yes, if you're listening, you get $100 in free AdWords. Here's how you get it, okay? Again, thanks for listening. Get the free $100 from Google, right, when you sign up with my website host provider, HostGator. Go sign up now to get your free money. HostGator.com/Nathan. Again, that's HostGator.com/Nathan. Okay, Top Tribe, I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. And don't forget, before you listen to any other episodes, subscribe on iTunes right now for your chance to win $100 every Monday.